Philly is pissed off. Philly 500, he's got a little Xander attitude in him right now.
But Philly,
now he's about to lose his mind.
He hasn't seen the play yet.
Please tell me like that.
Spencer Rattler, would anybody in here think he's a good player? Spencer Rattler right now in New Orleans. Mickey Loomis has destroyed that team for 6 fucking years. He was hired in February, right? Kellen Moore? Spencer Rattler's on pace for 3,500 passing yards, 18 touchdowns, and 3 picks. And he's on pace for 375 passes. Jalen had 361 last year because they had to run the ball because the guy's limited. Now, all of that said, this is going to be some fireworks here, I believe. Without further ado, Mr. Content himself from the Dallas Cowboys. He is Mark Holmes. And from Philadelphia, PA, baby, the legend, Philly 500 joins us now.
What's up?
So, I mean, how you fellas doing today?
Are you asking me first?
Yeah, we're asking you first.
Well, let me say, my team is ass on defense. We got an all-world offense, and unfortunately, we got the best offense in football and by far the worst defense in football. So we are, two-faced, and we suck. But then we were supposed to suck because we traded away our best defensive player. We got all new coaches and stuff. We're the third youngest team in the NFL. We're supposed to stink. How about you guys? How y'all doing over there?
Yeah, some of us care about winning and losing.
I care. Oh, believe me.
I
care.
You sound
I especially
like you care
about the Giants winning against your ass.
We see Mark all season come in miserable every time we do this. Every week he's miserable. Now he's all happy after Dallas just took a loss to Carolina. I'm miserable because I expect more from my team than you do, because my team actually wins games when it matters. Most of the time, we're going through a little stretch right now. I hope to turn it around. But hey, I'm not happy about loss. And if I was the Cowboys and I watched my great quarterback choke when he needed the game-winning drive versus the Carolina Panthers, I wouldn't feel too good either. Just saying.
Let me ask you this. Hold on.
Just saying.
I want to actually answer what Jay was saying about that. And I agree. We didn't get that last drive in there. But we're at the point where we have to score on every single play. So let me ask you this, Philly. When it was 20-17 against the Giants, what did your guy do the next 4 drives?
Didn't do nothing.
Including an interception at the end there.
Yeah,
so,
he didn't play good. He didn't play good. But
I'm old enough to remember when you guys would get butthurt when somebody said that Jalen Hurts isn't the greatest quarterback out there.
Okay. No, that's not what anybody ever got butthurt on.
God.
That's not true.
Please.
Let me go to Philly first.
I can admit my guy didn't play good. He can't admit it. He's got to do videos. Dak Prescott didn't throw anybody over the bus. I sent you that, Sills. Most ridiculous stuff. He's more worried about Dak Prescott than his actual team.
Are you saying you'd rather have the way your quarterback's playing?
I would rather have my team win than one player look good.
I would too.
That's what.
That's not my problems right now.
Let me ask you this then. Okay, so Philly, do you believe that Jalen Hurts is a limited passer in the passing game?
I believe that the offense that they run is going to limit him as a passer in the passing game.
So then you're saying the coach is incompetent?
Yes. The damn coach stinks. That's what I've been saying for years. I believe that his offense stinks.
Okay, because it's either one or the other. The quarterback's incompetent or the coach. So they bring in Kevin Patullo, okay, right?
Yeah.
They brought him in for Nick. not for Jalen. They stopped developing him. Why?
I wish I knew. I wish I knew. My conspiracy theory is that Patullo is nothing but a front man for Nick Sirianni to run the offense. And that Nick knew if Patullo could get the job, then he could have the control he wants over that offense.
Why are you paying $51 million in receivers? The ball.
I wish I knew. This is what I yell at the TV every week. I don't know. It's very frustrating. Absolutely.
Can I, as a neutral party
go ahead,
here,
Mark.
from the outside,
you're not a neutral party.
No. I actually am. Okay, because we're going through the same thing that you are with our defense right now. Here's the reality of it. Doc Walker famously said, "It's hard to be hungry when your refrigerator's full." Okay, so that's the first thing. You guys won the Super Bowl.
Walker.
Okay, the second part of it is you guys went into the season still kind of beat up. I don't care what the play calling is. Saquon is now getting hit behind the line of scrimmage, where last year he was getting 4 yards past the line of scrimmage before contact.
Mark, here's that number for you. 36% of the time, Saquon Barkley is getting hit in 2025 behind the LOS, where last year he wasn't getting hit for almost 4 yards. There lies the difference in this team. So go ahead, Ice. I'm sorry about
that. And when you can run the football, generally speaking, you have a lot easier as far as it is passing. It's not just the play caller. That's part of it. But it's also the players that are out on the field, too. It's not the same team.
Of course.
And they're still, so it's collectively. And I can look at it with my defense right now and say, it's easy to say Matt Everfoot sucks, but we've changed, coordinators every single year. The reality is there's no easy fix for our defense. We don't have the players. Whether we have margins or not right now, we are so far over.
But Mark, here's the one thing that's different that Philly, and I think a lot of people in Philadelphia are having a tough time coming to this conclusion here. Okay, well, if all of that is true and he can pass, so the organization doesn't hire people to fucking throw the ball or to accentuate the guy, because you know why? They don't believe in the quarterback's ability to throw the ball. Or guess what? They would do it.
I agree. I think the coaches do not believe or do not give him enough room to be able to go out and throw the ball. I don't understand why that if you say, okay, this is a Jalen Hurts weakness that he has in the passing game, why don't you work on it? Why don't you get better at it? It feels like they have stopped developing him. It really does. And I think, obviously, it's not just one thing, right? There's a bunch of different things happening, and it all comes together to cause all these problems. But I do think that Jalen Hurts, I said this, I think he plays with one hand behind his back, oftentimes with these coaches. Now, my question is this, does Jalen Hurts like to play the playbook that they're running? Does he actually like this? Because if he doesn't like this, and then the receivers don't like it, and the offensive line don't like it, and nobody likes it, then the coaches are not listening to the players. So either Hurts is behind this and loves what they're doing and just thinks they're not executing well, or the coaches are not listening to the players, or, because why else would you keep doing something that nobody wants to do?
Well, Xander played a bite yesterday that said that Jalen Hurts said that the offense is going to look like the way I want it to look. Those were his words.
Yeah, but he also said at one point after, I think it was the Rams game, that they need to be more aggressive. This is what they need to do, like what they did in the second half. So he's saying two different things then.
Okay. Hey, Mark, there's a comment coming out of Dallas. It looks like and Dallas has been kicking the can down the road when it comes to trying to get a defensive player. Mm-hmm. That overrated Trey Hendrickson we're talking about, I mean, he makes no impact on the football team. He's 31. I'm not paying that guy $31 million. Mm-mm. So to me, maybe something on a lesser type of move. Maybe you're talking about a Chubb or something like that, because between you and Philly, you're in desperate need of, I'm going to get to Philly in a minute when it comes to their edges and who potentially could be playing corner in this Vikings game. But for you, I mean, do you think they're going to make a move before November 4th?
I think that they would. It's going to take them actually winning a couple games and looking, reasonable. If you beat Washington, maybe you look at that and say we're not that far off because you're now in second place, especially if the Eagles have problems in Minnesota. But in my rationale, we got so many problems in there. One player's not going to make that much of a difference. As much as people, still kill us about Micah Parsons, he's only got 2.5 sacks in the season. Do you really look and say that he's taking that defense to another level? I don't. I really don't. And if he was here, yeah, we'd be a little bit better, but we stunk last year when he was here still.
Yeah, but the Packers are fifth. The Packers are fifth total right now.
Yeah, but do you look at that and say it's because Micah Parsons in there?
No, they've got players, but I mean, he's in a better situation right now. But listen, I think you're playing better football right now. So, Philly, I'm going to go to you on this one now. So potentially you're rolling into this game against the Vikings with Keely Ringo and Adoree Jackson at corner and Jalix Hunt and Aziza Ujulari playing edge. How you feel about that?
No problem. No sweat. No.
That's where we were last week.
Oh man, I definitely don't like what our secondary is right now. I'm not happy with where the defense is specifically. Like, we talk so much about the offense. I do feel like they have the pieces to fix the offense in-house. On the defensive side of the ball, I don't think they do, especially at the edge rusher. So I think it's going to continue to be a problem until we can either get somebody in here, get Q healthy. I also was listening to you guys, coming in, and you were saying that Q was back at practice or Dickerson was back at practice. I think this is a giant mistake. Why are we rushing these guys back? Part of the problem is they've been hurt all year, like Dickerson. I don't think it helps us to rush these guys back. My biggest fear right now for this team is that they're going to come out and they're going to try to just run the ball, be one-dimensional, and fall right into the same trap of the first 3-4 weeks of the season. And then defense gets tired, they're on the field, and then they give up the big plays to guys like Jefferson. That's what worries me.
Hey, Mark, you got the Commanders this weekend. What you're saying then right now is that game's going to determine the type of equity that Jerry's going to want to give up. Because if they win that game, let's be candid here. There's no dominant team in the NFC right now. There's just not. Not right now. There's just, this thing's wide open. Everybody's sitting where they are. Even that Buck team sitting at 5-1. Bro, they got so many injuries on that team. I'm not buying that thing right now. There's so many injuries on that football team. So, you think this Commander game is going to tell a lot on what Jerry's going to do, whether or not he's going to be looking for the April draft or whether he's going to be looking for free agents maybe to try to get themselves in that postseason. And who knows what happens with the war of attrition.
Well, here's the reality is this is a huge game. The Commanders and the Cowboys are playing for something. If the Commanders win and they go to 4-3, you look a hell of a lot better than you do if you go 3-4. And for us, if we go 2-4-1, you're looking at the point of the season's over. We have the worst schedule, the toughest schedule left in football this year.
Eagles have the third. Yep.
Third. I think Washington has the fourth, and the Giants have the fifth. So it ain't getting better. We can't beat the guys we thought that were going to be slump busters in Chicago and Carolina. So if we can't beat those guys and we can't beat Washington, you pack it in. Now, the Cowboys, if they were to go, but again, you brought up Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb would help if you went out and got somebody like a Demario Davis. You talk to Kellen Moore and say, hey, we'll make a trade for you. We'll bring in Demario Davis and put him in the middle of the field and hopefully slowly bring along Overshown. Then you might end up improving a defense enough that you might be able to have some hope. If the Cowboys do somehow go through this gauntlet and make the playoffs, at least you're going to say that they're battle-tested. They might actually be better in the playoffs.
How about this? So I'll ask you.
Better than what?
better than they usually are. Because what we always get is, well, the Cowboys have a cake schedule. They didn't beat anybody. They only win games in the NFC East.
Nah, the ace card will be played in the playoffs. Choking Dak.
All right.
An easy ace card.
Okay.
But again,
as usual,
we're in October here. So, hey,
I know.
Hey, Mark, your boy Dak is on right now. He's going to throw for around 4,600 yards and 40 touchdowns and 9 picks.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
yeah,
he's having an MVP season.
Won't get it. They won't give it to him. And you can't. And how can you give it to him with the team that's going to be?
No,
this is Cincinnati all over again from last year.
Yeah, he's like he's doing in Dallas what Joe Burrow does in
amazing
because the football. Well, he doesn't sign players and draft players, Philly.
He's amazing. He's amazing.
No, the defense is. Wait,
any quarterback can actually.
The defense is 32nd. How is that on him? That's like saying you're blaming James.
I'm not blaming him. I'm just saying he's amazing. I mean, the guy does amazing things on the field.
No, he's not having a great season.
To me, it's like, okay, yeah, great stats you put up versus Carolina, great. But when the game was on the line, the guy goes 3-0. They didn't punt the whole game.
Yeah, but wait a minute.
Until that 3-0.
What else?
I think that counts for something because that's the knock on the guy from.
Okay, wait a minute. Hold it back up for a second.
You got a loaded roster. He has dick.
Look, bro, we were so bad on defense. Now check this out. When Bryce Young threw past the sticks, he was 8 of 9 for 167 yards and a 153.3 rating. He was perfect every time he threw down the field. And your only takeaway is, well, Dak sucked. Dude!
No, I didn't say Dak sucked.
Young is looking like Joe Montana.
I said what I said was no. Joe Montana won Super Bowls. Joe Montana won.
Did you look at the defense of Joe Montana?
As good as your guy was for 3.5 quarters, when it mattered the most, he didn't do anything. That's the knock on this guy for his entire career.
And how many quarters did your guys do it this week?
My guy stunk this week. Everybody knows
How many times in the second half of games this season has your guy done it?
The one.
Mark,
one. Mark, you won 2 more games than your guy.
Hold on, Mark. This guy's won a shitload of football games. I mean,
and you've been shitload him all season.
he's. How worried are you? I mean, are you concerned at all about the inability of Howie Roseman to replace the players on the football team? And I want to give you a little bit of a rundown here. So, Mark, listen to this. Milton Williams is playing first-team All-Pro football. Josh Sweat is one of the top pass rushers in the league. Isaiah Rodgers is one of the top corners in the league right now. Okay?
Yeah.
And all of those guys, if you look at it, Milton Williams, his football team might make the playoffs this year. They're the number 1 team in the NFC East, especially on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah.
Who have you name me one player Howie Roseman has replaced any of one of those guys?
I can't. He has not. He's had a horrible offseason.
Wow.
This is one of the worst off seasons he's had in a long time. And I can't really not I can't kill him for it because I bought into it. I told you I thought Nolan Smith and I thought Jalen Hunt, I thought they were going to be ready to take over. I was clearly wrong, 100,000% wrong with those guys, and it's costing us dearly. If he would have just brought maybe 1 or 2 of those guys, it'd be a different story. But he didn't. I mean, I just keep thinking about CJ not being there, and then Isaiah Rodgers not being there. If you could just add those 2 guys to your secondary right now, we'd be talking a lot differently. But he took a chance that the guys that he thought were going to produce haven't so far. They haven't, and it's killing us. It's killing us.
How about this, Mark, for you? Do you believe that this football team here, the Dallas Cowboys, when you guys play them, I believe a little bit later on in the – where are you right now in the schedule here where you play them? You play them on November 23rd.
Yep.
You think this football team could beat that team?
At home, I think we got a good chance to. I think we had a lot better chance than we did last year. If the Eagles, you guys are beat up. and it seems like the law of averages is finally catching up with you. It seems like Howie has been so good for so long, and you look at the lack of injuries that you guys have had, all of a sudden it's kind of swinging back to maybe a little bit worse than usual, and now you're having to deal with that adversity. Right now, as bad as that defense is, I don't know that you're going to win too many games, but the hope on the Cowboys is going to be if you get CeeDee Lamb back, if we get back the other three offensive linemen, that maybe this offense will be.
Can you win 9 or 10 games, you think, with this?
I think you still have a chance. I still think you have a chance to win now. Whether or not you do, I don't know. But it's going to take getting back those other guys healthy and the defense being some relevance of a defense.
Philly, do you think this is fixable for the Eagles?
I think it is fixable. However, that Giant game really bothered me because I felt that game really looked like 2023. That was the first time I saw a team that came out with no effort. I thought they didn't look like they wanted to be on the field, and I got the sense that by halftime they quit, especially defensively. And I didn't see that since 2023. So my big fear isn't that they don't have the talent or they can't right the ship. It's whether the coach still got the locker room. Or is he losing the locker room? Are these guys tuning him out? Are these guys listening? I think this Minnesota game is going to tell us everything we need to know. Because if they come out and they look like they did versus Giants, and I'm not talking about whether win or lose. You can lose a close game, right? But the effort's got to be there. They've got to start to get things right. And I didn't like the whole thing.
You're right. They laid down in the fourth quarter. They did.
They did. And they looked like they were checked out. And, you got, their quarterback sitting there diving for extra yards and our guys just standing around looking. They're doing backflips in the end zone. I didn't like the look. And I don't know why that's coming up again 2 years later, except to say that I truly believe that there's something the coaches are doing, and they're not listening to the players. It's my own personal thought because you have A.J. Brown comes out and speaks, right? I think he was speaking for multiple people on that team. I don't think he was just speaking for A.J. Brown. Then you have the whole thing where, it just seems like when they came out of that Tampa game, I remember the second half, they were up 24-6, and I'm like, why does this team look like dejected? They look like they're down about something. I just think something's off. So to me, I want to see how they respond. We're going to either go the way we did last year where we right the ship and we go and we're successful, have a great year, or we're going to totally collapse.
All right.
I don't think there's in between.
Let me ask you then, do you feel more that it's closer to 23's team? Or do you think that do you feel that it's closer to 24's team?
I still think closer to 2024 because there was only that one game that I saw it. But if I start seeing it in multiple games, then I don't care who they're playing. They're gonna go on a big losing streak. If you lose the next two games, you're done. You know what I mean? You've got
then you got Green Bay. Then you got Green Bay and Detroit after the bye.
Yeah, but it was the effort. It was just the way they looked. It's like something you could tell is not right.
You're right. It's one thing to lose a ball game. It's another thing to get belt to ass like that and then lay down like that. So, Mark, tell me this: who have you been most impressed with? Not named Dak Prescott on your football team this year so far. I mean, who has stepped up and you went, I'll tell you what, I didn't expect that. Or is there anyone, or is it really just one guy that's kind of carrying the football team?
I'm going to say, of course, George Pickens, because for him, the thing that's actually been working really good with him, with CeeDee Lamb not being there, typically they try to move CeeDee Lamb a lot on the offense, and George Pickens was more stationary. But with CeeDee Lamb being out, they've realized George Pickens moving around keeps his focus, and he is a much better weapon. So I'm actually really, really impressed with him. After everything that you heard about him, that he's a cancer, that he's ready to implode and everything else, he's been great. And I will say Even though it didn't show this past week in the running game, our offensive line was not. We weren't good on either side of the trenches last week. But Javonte Williams actually being able to run the football the way he has actually made a difference for this
Couple
team.
last ones here. By the way, Philly 500 playing hurt for us here, man. We appreciate you, homie, doing that.
Oh, I'm fine. No, I'm fine.
So what I'm going to
Everyone's
ask you to do, I'm going to ask each of you to give your analysis on the opposing teams. Philly, first, I want to hear what you think of the 2025 Dallas Cowboys.
I think they're the most overrated 2-win team I've ever seen in my life. I think that Dak is doing typical things. So I think he's consistently great in September, good in October, but loses when it matters the most. I think the defense stinks, and I think that they're really lucky to have even 2 wins. Should have lost to the Giants. That's 100% sure. So. They should have
Could have
one
been the
win.
Eagles.
I'm just telling you. Yes, what I thought about the 25 Cowboys. I think they're overrated. I think they should have one win, and I think that it's going to be consistent losing as we go later on in the year. I think they're going to stink the rest of the year.
Now, Mark, your analysis on the Philadelphia Eagles 2025.
Super Bowl hangover, okay, that they came into the season fat and happy, okay? Guys like Jalen Carter aren't performing like they did last year. I'm trying to figure out why what was his problem last week? I don't know. He just isn't playing.
Well, here's the rumor is that Drew Rosenhaus went to him and said this. It said, listen, because we got a contract coming up, that it might not be in your best interest to put shitty tape on because he hasn't been playing. And by the way, there's a couple teammates of mine that work for Drew Rosenhaus that are in that office who I spoke to. One of the reasons, because I talked to Clint Hurt, who's the defensive line coach. He didn't know until game time that he wasn't playing. He was assuming he was playing. And so just to throw that in there for you. Go ahead. Please continue.
Your offensive line is not good right now. And what's happened is everybody thinks that Jalen Hurts is the reincarnation of the greatest quarterbacks combined put together. The reality is the guy needs help, and he's not getting the help, and that's why he's been exposed. I will say you are really one loss away from Carson Wentz to the season being blown up and everything hitting the fan. You right the ship this week, maybe you can limp through and get it turned around, but right now, that is a disaster waiting to happen.
Retort, Philly. Anything?
I don't have anything to say about that. I agree. I agree. I mean,
what? Are you kidding?
I agree. No, we haven't been good. We're beat up, obviously, on the offensive line. We haven't played good offensively, right? Now we're in a situation where we've lost only 2 games, but it feels like you've lost 10 games. You know that there's things boiling over in that locker room. You've seen it on the field Thursday. So if they do lose to Minnesota, I think it depends how they lose. But if they come out with little effort, I do think all hell's going to break loose. I do.
Can I say one thing?
Sure.
The demeanor in you, the change you had, you're now saying things like you never say before.
Well, wait, because
you're saying, no, hold on. He's saying if we lose. You never say we're going to lose. You always say we're going to take care of this.
Well, no, I mean, I think they're going to win. But what I don't like is the way they played against the Giants. It felt different. So I want to see how they respond to that. This was a team that was coming off a loss where they blew a lead, and they came out and they looked like they didn't want to play on Thursday versus the Giants. So I want to see, based upon what we saw 2 years ago, I don't want to see them go down that route again. But I think depending upon how they come out is going to show us a lot. Do you remember when we collapsed before? We lose to the Niners, then we lose to Seattle, we lose to Dallas, Seattle, but it was like every week it was getting worse and worse, where it just like they were checking out. They weren't playing, and then it got to the point where you were playing Arizona. You knew they were going to lose before they took the field. You knew they were going to lose the Giants. You knew they were going to lose Tampa. So I think this is an important week to show that they still have fight left and that they can right the ship. And if they lose a game and they play really good and they play tough and they fought, I can live with that and move on. But if they play the way they played against the Giants, I think that there's bigger problems.
Why is it so important? Why is it so important right now for the Eagles to make stories out there that they did everything in their power now to try to bring back Isaiah Rodgers, and you're lining up to play against it? It's almost like they're in like damage control. I mean,
why? I didn't hear that.
There's a report here now that's being reported that the Eagles did attempt to re-sign Isaiah Rodgers and weren't passive in their offer to the Vikings cornerback. Why is that important for them to get that out now, after the fact, when they're blowing dog at corner?
I guess because they're blowing dog at corner. You want to tell your side story. I guess I don't know. It's the first I've heard of it, but
yeah, it just popped up right now. So, all right, here it is, the last one, guys. We'll start with you, Mark. Commanders. Do you win the ball game, yes or no? Tell me what you think the score will be.
Well, here's the interesting thing is it seems like the home teams in the NFC East playing against each other have been winning. So we've got Commanders at home, and Washington, Joe Daniels is having that sophomore slump. I think we got a good chance at that.
Give me a score.
Oh, shit. Let's see. Jalen Daniels, the way everybody else has been playing, he'll get about 35 points. Say 41-35.
Oh, okay. High scoring.
We got no defense.
Right.
We have to score high to win. Okay.
Hey, Philly, I'm going to ask you one extra question. Mark, be listening to this. Howard Eskin came on my program and said the best quarterback on the team right now for this group is Tanner McKee.
Oh,
if they lose that ball game on Sunday, the quarterback throws for 90 yards or 105 yards.
Mm-hmm.
I'm with you. I'm not benching anybody. However, the conversation becomes a little bit more of a conversation, doesn't it?
Well, I mean, you already got people talking like it, so I assume that it would. But, I mean, it's not something that I would even consider or think about. I don't – look, I've listened to Howard Eskin for years and years and years. Let me tell you something, all right? I like the guy, I do, but he always takes, as long as I've listened to him, always takes the front office or coach's side of everything, So it doesn't surprise me in some ways that he would say something like that. And as far as Tanner McKee goes, I like Tanner McKee, but I mean, we've hardly seen him play. How could we possibly know that that's true? So I don't put much stock into it. I just think he's blaming the players again.
Okay. All that being said, Vikings, Eagles, it's in Minneapolis. You tell me what happens and how are you feeling on Monday? What happens in this ball game against Brian Flores' defense?
I think the Eagles are going to come out, play their best game. I think Saquon's going to have a great game. I think it will go back and forth early. I think the Eagles will give up some big plays, some big touchdowns. Probably, I'm assuming Q won't play. I think the Eagles win at the end, though, 28-21.
Wow.
And we right the ship.
Boy, what if Wentz wins that game on Sunday?
It's going to get ugly. It's going to get ugly, especially if, like I said, if they play with no effort. If they play like they played against the Giants, it's going to be ugly.
How many yards?
And here's the thing. Here's the thing, though. One thing. I think this coach, you got to watch. He panics. He panics in situations like this. Look what he did with Sean Desai. He fired him. I think it helped blow the whole thing up even worse. Will he panic again? Will he do something again if they lose? That's the question.
That go for 450 on Sunday?
He might have to. Here's a little tidbit that just came across that Carson Wentz will be practicing this week and plans to be available whether or not he starts. to play.
Dak will throw for 450, and then he'll throw the game losing interception with 30 seconds left.
Yeah, he'll throw a month's worth. He'll throw a month's worth in one game of your guy.
And then Mark will get up there and go, "It's not Dak's fault. Don't blame Dak. It's not, Dak didn't throw anybody under the bus like he's supposed to throw people under the bus."
Mark, I will admit, man, that is your boy.
Oh, listen, what would the Cowboys be without Dak Prescott? Seriously.
A three-win team.
I don't know that they're a 3-win team with him. Okay, let's be real here.
Let's get a tie.
That's a good question.
Tie.
What are the Eagles without Hurts? They're probably a 10-win
Probably
team.
better.
No?
What are they right now? I don't think they've got 4 wins. I think they've probably got 2 wins right now.
You're right.
But listen, the thing with shit, I forgot what I was going to say. There was something about Dak.
Philly reminds me right now of Xander. Xander's been so pissed off since that belt to ass game.
Oh my God!
Thursday, you know what? Both of these guys are doing this. I agree with both of them on this point, dude. It's one thing to lose; it's another thing to get your fucking head kicked in by.
That's what bothers me.
But
Bro,
here's
I
the thing
watched you and Xander post game, man.
Hey.
Xander went off for hours.
Bro, let me tell you this. Listen to this, Mark. They activated 4 practice squad guys from the practice squad, the Giants, and beat the tar knobs off them.
After losing to New Orleans on Sunday.
I mean, Jackson Dart. Who was that out there? And you got who's the white guy? Scatabo? The dude was running around.
Scatabo, yeah.
He scammed the hell out you, Philly.
I'll tell you what, man. You see Zach Bond get trucked in the end zone almost?
Yeah. I mean, I saw a run over Jordan Davis, too. I telling you, man, there's some, times you win or lose a game. It's like, all right, like even that Denver game, you lost. Okay, it sucked, but you blew it. But then there's games like this, then we didn't even show up. Like this coach did not have this team ready to go.
Wait a minute, Billy, we got some help for you. The Eagles have just signed defensive end Tidius Leo and Jaheim Bell to the practice squad.
That's what I've been waiting for. It's all over now. Watch out.
Guys, I will catch you. You are absolutely spectacular as always.
Thank you.
Make sure you guys check out the legendary Philly 500s. Great show. And also Mark, who does a spectacular job with his program and his content covering the Dallas Cowboys. Guys, I appreciate you.
Thank you, my man.
It's going to be more fun.
I even did this for you. I don't know if you're doing it, Philly, on your channel, but since you're doing the show, I liked it, and I threw it over to my Facebook as well, too. So thank you, Mark. I appreciate that, bro. All right?
Appreciate it.
Guys, I appreciate you, man. I'll see you guys soon, man. Thank you.
Awesome. Take
Great
care.
stuff, man. Great stuff with these guys. Philly is pissed off. Philly 500, he's got a little Xander attitude in him right now.
Now would be a great time to talk about our new sponsor, ProfitX. ProfitX is the ultimate sports prediction market. Join thrilling sweepstakes to make peer-to-peer plays with fellow fans. Set your own odds for bigger payouts, all legal in 40 states. Outsmart your friends, elevate your game with ProfitX. All you got to do is use promo code Philly500 at the sign up to get up to $200 in ProfitX cash. That's $200 in ProfitX cash. All you have to do is use promo code Philly500. Must be of legal age. Void where prohibited. Start now at ProfitX. Oh, I love the Eagles this week. I got to tell you, I love them. -2 in Minnesota. Usually the home team gets 3 points for just being a home team. And when you see a road team -2, -1, those are the kind of games I like. I'm taking the Eagles. I'm also taking the over this week, right? The over-under is 43. I think the Eagles and the Vikings are going to score points. Vikings are going to be able to score on that secondary. And the Eagles, they're going to have to score points to basically cover that -2 points. So I like the Eagles and the over this week. That's my play. And if you like that, you can do that at ProfitX. You'll get $200 in ProfitX cash. Just use promo code Philly500. Get $200 in ProfitX cash with simply just using promo code Philly500, you won't be disappointed.
Sick to my gut. And the brother keeps screwing us. We can't even get pass interference calls when they literally are jacking us the hell up.
Stonado, the first magnet.
Cowboys 1st and 10. Our kicker's the MVP. Son of John, seriously, the fall guy is Mike McCarthy. Yeah, he's the one that's going to be, you know, that's the sad part about it is he'll take the blame just like Dak Prescott, and it's not their fault.
Stonado, the first magnet.
When you come in, Drizzy, whoever you were, okay, Drizzy, and says that I'm basically, look, Dak's fault, he's trash, and Mark is a Dak meat rider, you're not welcome in my house. You're not welcome in my house, and don't come back.
That's all, folks.
The brother screwed us.